in that situation. So we definitely want that for her. If you think she would make a good match for you, then come meet her. Our next guest is Shadow, and Shadow is a gray tabby. He's a big boy, and he is 7 years old, and he came to the shelter because his family lost their home. And a lot of times when we post on Facebook that somebody gave up their pet because they were moving, we get some comments, and rightly so, that said people should not move without planning for every member of the family, and that includes their pets. Most of the people who follow our Facebook page cannot imagine moving and leaving a pet behind. But a lot of times when someone comes to our shelter and tells us that they're moving, what they mean is that they're moving in with family who already has pets because they're losing their home, and it's a completely different situation. They don't want to do it, but they will essentially be homeless if they don't comply with the wishes of the people willing to take them in, which includes we just can't take on any more animals. So this is the situation for, poor little Shadow, poor big Shadow. And Shadow is a friendly cat with lots of family experience. One of the things people often ask us with cats is he litter trained or is she litter trained? All of the cats that come through the shelter are litter trained. And the reason I say that is for two reasons. Number one, we usually ask them to use a cardboard litter box with wood pellets in it, which cats do not prefer. So if a cat uses that, a cat is trained. In some cases, cats don't feel comfortable with that, so we give them a bigger litter pan with clay litter, and as long as they use that, we put them up for adoption. We share any information about their litter habits with you. The second reason I say that they're litter trained is because it's a completely different thing than house training a dog. So you can teach a dog to have a preference for a certain substance on which they eliminate, and it should be grass because that makes house training easy. But for cats, they really want to dig a hole before they eliminate so they can cover it up. So it's very easy to offer that to a cat. It needs to be deep enough, big enough, clean enough, secluded enough, but not frightening in any way, and the cat's going to use it. So Shadow has, a 7-year history of being a good boy, so that's great. But we do get cats in the shelter that the owners have said they had problems with. And in that case, we will give you a lot of information about how to fix it. And what is important for you when you're choosing a cat is to look at the profile of the cat that you're interested in and check that history, because we ask people who give up their cats lots of questions, and if we have any concerns in the shelter, then we're going to share those with you. Our next guest